Good morning, children. All of you take out your English 1 book and open page number 45. Today I'll explain the lesson in Rhino Land. Now turn the page to now see section 1. From here we'll start. It is the beginning of November and our home Kaziranga National Park has already seen the first trickle of tourists. Let me introduce myself. I am a lady rhino, or as the visitor call me, the greater one-horned rhinoceros. Naturally, I get a lot of attention from the visitors as I wander about. Now that I have my little Rena, she accompanies me everywhere. Rena is my 1-year-old calf, the prettiest in the entire park. The visitors love her almost as much as I love her. I enjoy watching my daughter look at the jeeps and the elephants with groups of excited people on them. She is delighted by them, and that is delightful for me. Here in this prose we will learn about the rhinoceros. Now here the rhinoceros mother is speaking. In the beginning of November, and our home Kaziranga National Park has already seen the first trickle of tourists. That means she lives in Kaziranga Park, and she is saying that it is the beginning of November and the first trickle of tourists. That means first line of tourists have already arrived in Kaziranga Park. Let me introduce myself. I am a lady rhino, or as the visitors call me, the greater one-horned rhino. Now she is introducing herself that she is the lady one-horned rhinoceros, and she gets a lot of attention from the visitors as I wonder about. That means all come to Kaziranga to look the rhinoceros, so she gets lots of attention when she walk around. And now she have a little baby called Rhina, and she accompanies her everywhere, and she thinks that her daughter 1-year-old calf was the prettiest in the entire park because all the visitors love her very much. And whenever the jeep safaris arrives, Rina looks at the jeeps and the elephants with groups of excited people on them. On the back of the elephants and jeep, all people are excited when they see the rhinoceros. So this also delights the daughter and also her mother. Now the next paragraph. The greater one-horned rhinoceros is a mammal found mainly in northeast India. I hear the tourist guide explain to the visitors. He is right. We live in the grasslands at the foothills of the Himalayas. But until some years ago, our home was not safe for us. Many of us were hunted for our unique horns. Human beings are so greedy. Fortunately, today there are strong laws and safety measures in place to protect us, and I can see the change that this has made. There are more of us now. Now in this paragraph, she is saying that she heard the tourist guide say to the visitors, whenever the visitors see a one-horned rhino, she hears the tourist guide explain to the visitors that this is the one-horned rhinoceros, and it is the only mammal found in northeast India. And surely these one-horned rhinos only live in northeast India, and they live in the grasslands at the foothills of the Himalayas. Foothills means bottom of the mountains, and these foothills are the foothills of Himalayas, or they are at the bottom of the Himalayan mountain, and this is in Kaziranga. But until some years ago, our home was not safe for us, and she is saying that until some years ago they were not safe because many of them were hunted by hunters for their unique horn. Their horn was very special and it is very costly. So all the people hunts the rhinos or kill the rhinos for a horn only. They kill the rhino, cut the horn and take away. And that way so many rhinos have died. Human beings are so greedy. She is saying that human beings are so greedy and they kill us, take away our horns. Fortunately today there are strong laws and safety measures in place to protect us, and I can see the change that this has made. There are more of us now. That means now she is saying that fortunately today the laws are very strong and so many safety measures has been taken, and now she can see a change, and now their population is growing and more rhinos are there nowadays. Although we do not live together as a herd, I do see many other rhinoceros or small groups of mothers and their calves. We sometimes exchange notes and discuss how relieved we are to not have to worry about hunters and poachers. Now here she's saying whenever they walk around or roam around the forest, then they meet other rhinos or small groups of mothers with their calves. Calves mean their kids. We sometimes exchange notes. Exchange notes means they sometimes talk with each other and discuss how relieved they are nowadays, because before they have to run and hide, but now they can roam freely, so they are relieved and have no worry and have not to worry about hunters, and now they don't worry about hunters or poachers. They roam freely now. Over the years I have wandered around Kaziranga, and I have seen that the park is varied and large. I especially love the tall elephant grass and the tropical forest. However, Raina seems to enjoy walking in the marshland. Now all these years she was wandering about around the Kaziranga and have seen the park is varied and other. She has been wandering all these years and now she has seen that the Kaziranga is a very big park. Varied means different types of animals, plants, grasses are found there. And she loved the tall elephant grass very much. Elephant grass means a type of very tall grass where they can hide. So she loved that type of grass very much. And the tropical forest. Tropical forest means dense forest, thick forest, and these forests are found in the hot climates where heavy rainfall occurs. So in that area these tropical forests are found. However, Raina seems to enjoy walking in the marshland, but Raina, her daughter, enjoys walking in the marshland. Marshlands mean area where it is wet and water is found, and she likes to enjoy the muddy waters. Sometimes we walk into one of the 4 major rivers in our park. The Brahmaputra water is cool and comfortable on a hot day. It is winter now, but the afternoons are still very warm. I think Raina and I will have a little fun in the Brahmaputra today. But since she is only 1 year old, I will take her to a safe spot away from the place where the larger animals gather. At the moment, I can spot a wild boar and an Asiatic wild buffalo, but otherwise we are surrounded only by a hornbill an Assam roofed turtle, and a family of monitor lizard. The river is lovely to wade in, but it also reminds me of the endless rain and the floods of last year. More than the 3/4 of the park were flooded, and we had to rush outside the southern border. So here the mother I know is saying that sometimes we walk into one of the 4 major rivers in the park. In the park there are 4 major rivers. So one of them is the Brahmaputra River, mighty Brahmaputra River. So she loves the water. This water of Brahmaputra is cool and comfortable on a hot day. On a hot day, the water of Brahmaputra River is very cool. Now it is winter now, but the afternoons are still warm. It is winter now and the afternoons are still warm. And this rhinoceros, mother rhinoceros and her daughter are thinking of having a little fun in the Brahmaputra today. But since she is only 1 year old, she will take her to a safe spot to have fun, away from the place where the larger animals gather. That means where the larger animals come to drink water. She will not take her there. She will take to a safe spot. At the moment, I can spot a wild boar. Now, when she is going that side, she saw a wild boar, Asiatic water buffalo, one buffalo, wild buffalo. But otherwise we are surrounded only by a hornbill, and one hornbill is there, and Assam hoofed turtle, one turtle, and a family of monitor lizards. And monitor lizards are a big type of lizards. Now the river is lovely to wade in, but it also reminds me of the endless rain. Now the river was very lovely to wade about. Wade means to walk in the river water is called wade. So the river is very lovely to wade, but it also reminds her of the endless rains and floods of the last year. So last year, she said that last year there was so much rain and flood that so many animals died and they had no place to stay. More than 3/4 of the park was flooded. That means mostly all the park was flooded, and we had to rush outside the southern border. Several of us moved to the higher regions of Mikir Hills. My friend Jhumki told me yesterday that the Indian Army has now constructed raised sections or saporis for us. I am so glad we can be safe on top of these saporis if it rains too much this year. So now she is saying that when there are flood, they have to move to the Mikir Hills, and she has a friend called Jhumki. So Jhumki informed her that the Indian Army has now constructed raised sections. That means they have put bought soil from other regions and raised some sections inside the forest, and these are called saporis. And whenever there are flood, they can be safe on top of these saporis. Now Raina will soon need to learn about the other animals that live with us in the park, but she is so bright that she can already recognize the tiger, the leopard, the Bengal fox and the Huluk gibbon. Did you know that the Huluk gibbon is the only ape living in India? Once I showed Raina the Ganges dolphin in one of the rivers. She gets puzzled when she sees all the birds. She says the Dalmatian pelican, the Indian vulture. Here, this mother rhino is saying that Raina will soon learn about other animals that live with us in the park. That means she is only 1 year old now, and gradually when she will see all the animals, she will learn about them. But she is so bright that she can already recognize the tiger. Now she is so bright that she can recognize the tiger, leopard, the Bengal fox and the huluk gibbon. And she is saying that the huluk gibbon is the only ape living in India. Means it is a huluk gibbon is a species of ape and it is the only ape living in India. Once I saw Draina, the Ganges dolphin. So inside the forest in the Brahmaputra River, sometimes Ganges dolphins are found. So once she showed her daughter this Ganges dolphin, and she gets puzzled when she sees so many birds together. She says the Dalmatian pelican, the Indian vulture and the black-bellied tern all look alike. That means when she sees all different birds, she thinks all are same. Can you imagine that? Those birds are so different from one another, but she is learning. So mother is happy that she is learning now and watching all the different kinds of birds. I like watching little Raina splash in the water beside me, and I know that she will make friends here. She will grow up surrounded by open grasslands and the most fascinating flora and fauna. So many forests are being cut down everywhere that I am glad that she has a safe home here. I hope that like many of us, she too will learn to enjoy the friendship of humans. So in this paragraph, the mother rhinoceros is saying that she loves to watch her little daughter splash in the water besides me. That means she is playing with water beside her mother, and I know her, she will make friends here, and the mother is confident that her daughter will make friends there also. She will grow up surrounded by open grasslands and the most fascinating flora and fauna, and she is happy that her daughter will grow up surrounded by grasslands and the most fascinating means beautiful flora means flowers and fauna means animals. She will grow up among the beautiful flowers and animals. So many forests are being cut down everywhere that I am glad that she has a safe home here. Now this mother rhinoceros is very happy that they are in the Kaziranga and safe. I hope that many of us, she too will learn to enjoy the friendship of humans, and like many of the rhinoceros, her daughter will also enjoy the human friendship as they have visitors every day. So she is thinking that her daughter will also enjoy the friendship. So till here today I will explain section number 1. And so in section number 1, what did we see? That one mother rhinoceros is talking and she is telling about Kaziranga and her daughter. Thank you.